Hey Eric, how are you going? And the coach is here. And Jazz is here too. Alright, let me grab a drink, ladies, and we are gonna be ready to rock and roll. Oh, Rengo in the house. Howdy, brother. Howdy. Yeah. Alright, ladies. I haven't had a chance to have a look at the World Cup Shimazolis, but it was with deep regret and sorrow that I noticed that my boy Anish. What do you mean stop bullying? He's not bullying. What's that bullying comment there for? I don't get that. Okay, so what was it again? Watch event World Cup. Far out. What the hell? That doesn't look like a World Cup. Oh! Hikaru is broadcasting his tournament. That's hilarious. That's happy. Actually, I have a student playing in a tournament, but not in the same section as Hikaru. So yeah. Gukesh got knocked out to Frederick Svani. Hello? What? What on earth is going on there? Oh, I need to shrink this guy. What happened here? Piss off. Is it just me or the sound is very different? Is it sound different or is it my new headset? No sound. What? Wait, what? Huh, that's weird. Okay, is there any game sound if I switch scenes? Do you have sound now? Okay. Alright, in that case I just need to copy out the games from this BS into a proper anal board and we're good to go. Why is this sound so weird? Why do you have sound on this shit? Where is the sound? Note piece, no coordinate. Sound theme, default. What is the regular... What do you guys have? Oh, shit. Okay, whatever. I will get used to it. Rook A2. You're shitting me, Gukesh. Spends half an hour in this position with white and plays Rook A2. Wow. I saw the Fedosiev thing. That was absolutely insane. My man just got outplayed here like crazy. Wow. Hello, Brazy. Okay, so let me go back to the other games. So Praggnanandhaa went on and Giri lost. Like, what the hell? What did my man Anish do? That is weird. Hey, Tindy, how are you going, man? Rook E8, wow. I think Anish was a bit too hardcore in the drawing mode. Fuck. Yeah, that F5, man, sticks out like a sore thumb. The ridiculous thing is that the engine reckons black is slightly better here after the very, very, very obvious A5 move. Which everyone's first thought is that, right? Everyone wants to play A5 here. Brazy, just the usual. I'm just trying to catch up on last night's events and determining which game to put on my YouTube recap. Yeah, this is where I went to sleep about here. It still looks holdable, although now he's losing F5. I guess we don't have time for G6 because of 93, 95 comes in and that kind of hurts. Yeah, Random, you're not wrong. Yeah. And this, according to the engine, is butt ugly. Now we are back in drawing zone again. And then he plays this. Oh boy. So apparently knight e3 holds. What did he possibly miss here? Did he think that this was not playable? But it is, right? Because knight c8 I can take c5, e7, king f7. This queen d7 is... Whoa. Oh, he... Did he miss... Nah, he couldn't have missed knight d4. No way. Has anyone seen the interviews? Like, did he say anything about what he blundered here? I know, Tindy, that you would have played a5 there. Like, you are a boss, man. Or maybe he thought that he had perpetual here. Far out. I wanted me boy Giri to stay in the tournament. That I'm a bit upset about. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, that hurt. That definitely hurt. I saw that Yospem absolutely rolled Abdusattorov. That's quite rich. I wonder what Kramnik is saying now. Oh yeah, Tindy, that's right. Yeah. The reaction videos. Yeah, that is the absolute bottom of content creation. The reaction videos when you are milking the views of the guy that you are reacting to. It's very difficult to go lower in content creation than that. Okay, I need an anal board. Okay, so there's a very important lesson to be learned, guys, in knockout chess context, not contest, context, which is that when you only require a draw to move on, the way to play for a draw, especially with the white pieces, is to play for a win. Or perhaps better put, to play for better positions, not equal. Right? Because if you have white, playing for equal is already a compromise, because by default you are better, at least ever so slightly, right? Like it's black's job to equalize, not yours. And I think that this is something that Jospem did really, really, really well. Granted, he played the Alapin, which is not the most ambitious, but he's definitely not playing here a drawing line. And the way how he plays it, by the way, is super impressive. I mean, my friends, he plays h4. This is not your let's play for a draw type of move. This is, I'm gonna rip your head off with Greek gift next. And whilst this carries an element of risk, it also is a very intimidating prospect to your opponent. Mr. Landau in the house? Hey, hello. So yeah, h4 was brillante, as in very cool way to play. And then bishop d2, yep, makes sense. Rerouting that garbage. And rook h3. I mean, the dude has got the balls of an elephant. And this is like, to me, it's mad respect. Mad respect. Bishop b7 odd. Did you think that bishop a6 was the call of the day, Jazz? Or why are you saying bishop b7 odd? Isn't that the most natural looking move? Like, I don't know if you know, Jazz, but this is by far the most popular main line of the Alapin. I take it that you don't play this with either color. Like, by far the most popular line for black in the e6 variation. Not even and nothing comes even close. Oh, wow! I expected a lot of roasting in general, but the fact that Jazz is roasting the shit out of me is a bit new. Okay. Given that Alapin is in my club players course, I thought that you would tread a bit more carefully there, but fair enough. Tomás Martinez from Argentina. Buenos días, señor. ¿Cómo estás? My streaming schedule is as hectic as it can get, but generally speaking, this time round on weekdays. A friend of mine, a student of mine, is playing in the Hikaru tournament, and he just won a game in 24 moves, and he's very excited now. So we might catch him soon on the stream, and he will share the game with us. So rook h3 played, d6, rook c1. I love white here, by the way. I absolutely love white here. Bishop b1, great chess. Now queen d3 is the threat with Matutsky. Yep. Oh boy, that's when you know the shit hit the fan. That's when you know that the shit hit the fan. Can you guys guess the engine stop move here? It's one of those in America. I don't exactly know, as they like to call it the Mickey Mouse tournaments for Hikaru. Yeah, I think so. I think it's Washington. Random alloy guy, I didn't necessarily target beginners with that, why you should play the Open Sicilian thing. It's better put for ambitious chess learners. And the reason why I promoted the Alapin is simply because the Open Sicilian is way too much theory in a context where I was limited with the number of trainables I could offer. I mean, I don't know what am I respecting in Abdusattorov. Like, he had to play for a win, right? So he played the Sicilian, and that was about it. It's g4, by the way, for those of you who wonder. g4, g5, going full Monty. And after rook h8 comes the most obvious move of the game, knight to g1. Cheers to Stockfish. Gozide became very, very theoretical too. Wow, now g1 to facilitate g5. Get out of here. So Abdusattorov went for a bit of an excursion. And now he's landing on b8. Epic. Can you believe this? My man castles here and then legs it all the way to the other end. And now it's equal. Bloody hell. Oh, by the way, there is a massive spot on my head because I forgot to turn on the light. Okay. Yeah, it does feel like, but that's because he missed his g4 idea that no human would ever find. This is not findable. This is absolutely not findable. No one would ever consider this. That is bordering the illegal. Like, that's when Kramnik would come back and go like, yeah, now he's cheating even over the board. No, Mr. Guy, I haven't had a look yet, so I was waiting for you to come online because I owe you an analysis anyway, right? Yeah, exactly. I was very happy that Jospem now is proving the doubters and the naysayers wrong. I can't believe that we're looking at a game with a completely unchanged structure. Black went from g8 to b8. I have never seen anything like that. Not in a open structure like this. In King's Indians and stuff like that, where the center is completely closed and French, fine. But with a completely open file and a semi-open file with a weak pawn on it, that you can get away with that is absolutely unheard of. Rook g4, wow. Like, the maneuvers in this game, like this rook is going to be doubled up on the e-file by getting there via h3, g3, g4, e4. In a way, this is easily the most creative game of the tournament for me so far. Like, this beats easily the f5 guy. Okay, student is online, and we are going to have a look at the game. Which side did you castle in your game? Both. All three of them. Ah, brilliant. Brilliant. Ooh, hello, 95. That's a sexy move. Can't take because the bishop is trapped. That's very neat. Wait, what? Whoa.
If you recommend the Sicilian Open, do you have any recommended resources to learning it? The amount of theory is admittedly very intimidating.
Hey, thank you for the $5 donos, buddy. I used to refer to, and I still do to some degree, to a chess book called Experts versus the Sicilian. And I still consider that book to be a very good starting point. Granted, it's quite complex and big, but so is the Sicilian. So if you have the desire to embrace the complexity and the immense size of the Sicilian, Experts versus the Sicilian is very good. And I think there is a Chessable course available in book format now too, which is, I think, by Ivic. Maybe it's not Ivic. Maybe it's a Croatian GM. You don't want to mix those. Which is a complete repertoire against the Sicilian. Donated ass. Yeah, that I only accept those kinds of donations from a select few. That is only available to an exclusive club, Eric. And let me tell you, I haven't met you, but you're not in it based on your name. Based on your name, you're not in that club. Šarić, that's right. Thank you, Ivan Šarić. Thank you, Anto. You are a legend, indeed. Ivan Šarić, yes. This was an absolutely wild game. My respect for Jospem has gone through the roof. Can you guys believe that this is actually a blunder? And apparently he Queen F6 saves the day. Willing Dono there. Yeah, well, the chat knows that we have met in life, which means by default that that is also kindly thanked for but declined. So, can you guys see what's wrong with Queen F2? Actually losing move. What? Wow. By the way, Mr. Nova Chess Guy is in the house. So we are going to have a look at his game very soon. No, it's not Rook G8, but close. It's Queen G5. And apparently we don't have adequate response against the pending check. It's insane. Queen G3. And we are getting Shrek-mated very soon. Plan Rook H2, Queen H4 mate. Wow! And so Rook E3 played the correct move. And he queen takes D4 was the way to go. But Abdusattorov opted out of this. Because this is actually nothing but a perpetual check. Can't block with the rook. I have to go back. And end of story. But this would have eliminated Abdusattorov from the tournament. So he couldn't do it. And so he opted for Rook F8. But that's tantamount to resignation. Like, you just don't have anything other than a mate at home. And that is a glorious move. Ay, 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 ay. Now, obviously, EF loses to Queen F4, but can anyone see what's wrong with this? Another beautiful tactical strike. A one-mover. Actually, there are two ways to kill this. One is a checking sequence, the other one isn't. I'm proud of you, Smurfette. So the pretty simple one is check. Can't go there because of mate. Here, check, and then we take the rook. Since rook c5 loses the knight. That was one. The other one, the sexy one, is rook d3. Exploiting the pin and just taking the rook against every move that black can play next. And black resigned. Alright, Mr. Nova Chess Guy, are you still in the house? Your game is coming up, good man. Indeed, great job, chat. Mr. Nova, 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 Mr. Bombastic. Mr. Nova. Mr. Whoa, Bombastic. Yes, he's in the house. Alright, so Mr. Nova guy is behind the black pieces, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Nova guy, if you could provide some context for the chat with regards to rating of players. Okay, thank you. And time control. Okay, this is looking rock solid so far. Yeah. It's playable. Not my favorite move by any stretch of the imagination, but we'll let that slide. Yep. Yep, very good. Ah, yuck. Not really run away, no. Not really. Alright, I would like to send a really, really big shout out to Nova Chess Guy for playing here what every decent chess player should do. D5. That's, ladies, how we play chess. Great stuff. The only alternative that was worthy of considering was to take first and then D5. This was also very strong. With the idea that after take, now this is hanging. E4 is not playable on account of knight E3. And if they defend it in any way, you play F5 and start flexing muscles on the king side and in the center. But d5 is correct. d4 may be a bit too soon, but yeah, I would have come back. I would have come back. This is a very high quality opening play, by the way, considering the rating context. Oof. Yucksies. That is a yucky chess move. Ay, 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 ay. That gets a... Oh. So, first of all, I don't understand what b5 does on the positive. Apart from cancelling out knight c4. Which was never a move, really, because knight c4 is met by knight e4 and then this hangs. But it creates a backward c pawn, a weak square on c5. And just botches the entire pawn structure completely. Yeah, this was definitely the worst move of the game so far. Okay, I have a question for the chat. Now we are given an opportunity to fix the mistake, at least to some degree, that we've made. What is Black's most logical move here? Kazin Gambits, thank you, thank you, thank you. Dukit says a5 and Dr. Poopy says a5 too. Dukit, are you Polish? Knight b8 or knight e5. Both of them are criminal activities. a5 is the correct move, of course. 100%. Every day of the week you play a5 here. Because what it does is that it undermines these pawns. It allows your rook to become active. And it removes this very annoying grip on the c5 square. So in an ideal world, now... Right? And a5 allows you to at least play for this. Knight d7 is very, very confusing to me. I have no idea where that knight is going. Where is that knight going? What? Yeah, I mean, f5 is sensible, but to my mind, we are playing... now we are busy stopping threats that are not threatening. Why don't we go a5? Take, take. f4, queen e7. And now I'm hitting this really... Yeah, I don't think it was necessary. Because right now, this is the point. That this is fine for white. But now they can't do anything. f5 is strategically losing because it gives up the e5 outpost for life. So that's not a threat. Whereas e5 forces your knight to go to e3. Once again, you are winning the chess game. Therefore, f4 is basically an empty move. It creates a non-threat. So why would you need to spend 2 moves on stopping that is the right way to go about it. Okay, I don't get this either. Why are we going backwards? Question 1. Why are we going backwards? Question 2. Why don't we go a5? Question 3. What was the purpose of queen e2? Is it take, take, g4? Is that what they want? Yeah, that's exactly my problem, good sir, that you are playing on the wrong side of the board. I also don't see said rotation. Like, what next? Like, imagine that I give you now another move. Where are you going? Like, I don't know. Let's say I go here. Where is this knight rotating to? G6? Because that seems to blunder into EF, bishop f g4. So I don't understand what it means rotating to the king side. Like, you rotated backwards to a bad square, and that's it. Yeah, but you can't do that, good sir. What? So two things here. You're completely playing on the wrong side of the board from here on out. Alright, so we have no business to conduct here whatsoever. Your playground is here. These are the things that you can bite into. So we picked the completely wrong playground to play on. And then we picked the wrong tools too. So for example, here you rotate to f6, g6, and we can resign the game about here. So I guess we are somewhat thankful that our opponent didn't allow your plan to be carried out, because we would have lost the game on the spot. So just one more time to be clear. I take, you take, I play g4, and your bishop is trapped. Shout out to the rotated knight to g6, which disallows your bishop to come back. Okay, moving on. It also feels extremely awkward, by the way, to have two hanging pieces lined up here. Like, it just looks all kinds of wrong. Queen h5 was supremely dumb. So shout out. Yeah, so this is a classic case when we want to carry out a bad plan, and then the opponent walks into every single move that justifies our moves. Awesome. Now it's turning into an absolute banger of a game. Oh, yes, baby. Okay, I mean, your opponent is blundering everything. So I'm curious. Yeah, I guess after g3 we can take and take. No, I like it. I like it now. He made it work for you, and now it is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely lovely. Yep. Oh. Oh, really? Really? Like, surely the whole point was that after knight takes you would have taken with the queen, winning a piece. But no, we go like, why would I lose a piece when I can lose a full queen and potentially get mated, by the way? Hello! Booyah! Booyah, baby! G to the G! Hello, Ratey Freddy, how are you going? Well done, Mr. Nova. Well done. Well done. Why can't I get a review on this? Oh, I can. Let's see what Mr. Nova Chess Guy has scored. Let's boost his ego even. 84, baby! 84. 84.6. Well done. Well done, Mr. Nova. So final round tomorrow, and if you win the tournament, right? No pressure, but that's what the party leadership is expecting from you, comrade. That is what the party leadership expects from you, comrade. Random guy, I don't mean to devalue Nova Chess Guy's performance or anybody's in that meta, but your score, accuracy score, is hugely impacted by your opponent's resistance that they put up. So it is by no means a reflection of your skills, whether it's you know, a high score or a low score. I have defeated grandmasters with lower score than 86. Wait a second, how can you possibly win a tournament with 2.5 out of 5. Yeah, that's more like it. 2.5 out of 3. Good. Okay. Well, best of luck to you, senor. Best of luck. Best of luck. And with that, I would like to move to my man, Guy, who I think I owe an anal for, right? Speaking of offering your ass. Where is my man? Did you put it in the chat, Mr. Guy? Yeah, we're gonna root for Mr. Nova. Mr. Nova. That's for sure. Is it the one that you wanted me to... Far out. Bro, it's like 9 moves. What are you doing? What? How? Oh, this is my... Oh, knight c3. Yeah, that's not happening. Hang on, that is a filthy piece of work. I'd really hate that shit. Delete it, please. I don't know who made that, but it's really disturbing. I don't want to see that. Can you please delete that? Right, knight c3 is horrid because it loses to the check. Whew. Okay. Okay, Mr. Guy. I can provide zero analysis about this game, but I can offer some kind words like, well done, buddy. Yeah, I figured. I really don't think, Rengar, that the fact that it's someone's ChessCom profile picture makes it any better. Delete that shit. Someone edited a well amply supplied woman's cleavage onto Shagar Shah's head, or the other way around. So, yeah. And since Shagar is a good guy to begin with, I don't really like messing with that. Anyway, I wanted to see that crazy game with the 3f5. We haven't had a chance. Also, White actually ended up winning this. I didn't see that. I saw that he botched it and then unbotched it, apparently. Okay, let's have a look at this craziness. Oh yeah, most of the crew is present. It is totally not the game I wanted. Let's do this again. Okay, so I know this theory from my own Club Players opening repertoire course, of where it occurs via this move order. Right? Now, obviously here, it's even worse. And the refutation, of course, is to go through with the same story. And if I recall rightly, the winning move here is knight h3. No, it's actually knight f3. Knight h3 is only second best. I thought it was h3 in order to come in from here. And then it's knight f6 here, here, and bishop h6, I think, is already made. With the idea that if rook takes, then knight g5. Yeah, that's it. But their version was a little bit more complex. Because the moves c4 and e6 will be inserted. right? And that obviously favors black at least a little bit. Hello, Toniro. How are you going, man? But it's still losing, right? So it's just a lesser degree lost, but lost nonetheless. By the way, there's a very funny story to tell you here. I was browsing Twitter, and there is this famous chess historian whose name now avoids me. Something Griffith. And he actually published on Twitter or rather tweeted a screenshot from a Douglas Griffin, thank you, from the late 80s that discussed how this variation is losing based on a Tony Miles game. Freaking mental. Actually, it's worth showing on chat, on stream. Let me find it for you. Check this out. Check this out. Oh, I stand corrected. Tournament book from Tilburg, 1978. With the full analysis. Hello? We are in 2025 and this shit was already proven lost in 1978. Shout out to the man. Shout out to the man. Alright, so let's have a look-see at the game Z. So bishop g5, correct. Knight f6, queen h4, correct. And knight e2. So the main plan is to bring in the horse. And apparently here, the only move that wins for white is knight d2. And if I wanted to explain to myself why that is the case, I would only assume that this is about covering f3 so that after queenside castles I'm winning the bishop. That's my only guess as to why this is wrong. And it drops the 1.8 to zeros. e5. ed. Ah, oh, okay, so another big difference, that if I play the same line with the knight on d2, the knight wouldn't hang now, right? So knight d2, e5, yeah, castles, that's it. That's it. Mind you, after e4, apparently the winning move is bishop takes e4. Bishop takes, and then knight takes. Yeah, fair enough, and then the pin just rips through, so that's not surprising at all. Yeah, okay. So he played knight c3, entering this chaos. And here apparently black is better, ever so slightly. Now black is actually winning after knight f3. Casually just walking on to e8 and go like, what's the problem? What's the problem, boys? No check. No check there, no check there. What? Queen f4, knight takes. Now we can block the e5 check, takes. And black is upper rook, thank you very much. Sheesh. Sheesh. Oh. Okay. Mr. Nova Chess Guy wants me to show you an image, guys. So I'll do that. You are going to recognize the famous chess player and some kind of a chess streamer in this image. Are you ready? Deep breath. There we go. That is from the tournament in Washington right now. Shout out to Hikaru for scoring a photo together with a famous chess player. Booyah! Rookie, why don't you just go King F7? No worries. No worries. No threats left in the tank. 95, you just run for the heels. And taking this is not good enough anymore because black is up a full rock. Yeah, I really don't know why he didn't do it, to be honest. Because it looks scary to play, but if you start calculating it, which on 2700 level is somewhat expected, you look at this and you go like, well, I don't see it, man. Maybe he thought that there was something untoward here. Because of this check. And then this check. That would explain it. So maybe he didn't play knight f3 because he thought bishop f6 was winning. And he may have missed the fact that after check, king b1, knight d2 check, we are going to pick this off with check. Ay, 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 ay. That could have been it. So king f7 was played, and now we are back in business for white. We just have enough pieces left to checkmate the king. So the idea was that after knight here, we have got take, take, and check again, highlighting the weakness of the rock. Actually, this is still insane. I take it back. This is absolutely above my pay grade. I have absolutely zero idea what's going on here. Because after bishop f6, apparently rook d1 is the best move for white. That is just absolutely outlandishly crazy. With the idea of provoking d6, by the way, so that we can come in here. None of this is findable. But this is extremely tragic. Can you guys see why black resigned this instead of playing on with king e7? What was the reason for resignation? Rook e1, king d8, yeah? What then? Well done, Eric. Rook e1, rook e8. The knight is pinned. Queen takes, bishop takes, and now all of these are hanging. Ay, 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 ay. That is rough. That is rough. That is rough. How realistic is that that Rapport gets candidate spot, wins it, and then beats Gukesh? Would be epic if the if the former second became the challenger for the title. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. But I still find Rapport's chess a little bit on the erratic side, so that it's hard to see him to become a challenger. He's just not consistent enough. Yeah, if the king goes to d6, then also carnage is going to ensue. That is for sure. Queen e5, king here, bishop e4, d5. Either this or this, I don't know. Probably knight f6 because now this is queen mate, yeah? The Ahen Da fillet is always the same, my friend. I look beautiful and people express their gratitude for that by donating money. I don't know which pose I held, scrumptious, but thank you. I take that as a compliment. Guy, who is the most aggressive on top level? Well, Gukesh would be one, for sure. Okay, I will have to take a 3 minute break. Alright, ladies. Yeah, I will have to duck for like a minute or two. Who is gonna fund my next chessable course? Yeah, exactly. Indian chess is boring. I don't know what chess you are watching, my friend, but Indian chess is super fun. As far as I'm concerned. It's boring. Like, first of all, there's no such thing as Indian chess because the players represent so many different styles. Like, you look at Arjun and Prag and like chalk and cheese in every which way. So I really don't know what you're going on about. Yeah, Georg Mayer is still going strong, right? I don't honestly though, based on Dupov's current form, I don't think you are rooting for an upset there. I think it's a 50-50 match. I really do think that that's a 50-50 match. Did my guy send me a message or what happened here? Thog. Who is Thog in the chat, guys? High rated dude. Well, to be fair to you, Tony Rowe, because of I really like Dupov's enterprising style, I'm more inclined to root for Dubov there. Oh, you know Thog the Barbarian? What? Is that a cultural left reference I don't get? What? Hey? Thog the Barbarian. What the hell is going on there? I need to Google this shit. Oh, Tikari is pulling my leg and he just made it up. Okay, it's some fictional story apparently. Is it from Conan? Okay, I give up. Whatever. Georg Mayer has some good games in the Rubinstein French. Yes, well, he spent half of his life figuring out how to hold a draw in this, so I would expect him to have a few decent games. Yeah, you nearly sent me on a bit of a rage rampage there about smack talking Indian chess. But Tindy saved you by reminding me of Josh Waitzkin. It's quite easy, by the way, to rage bait me. I didn't realize that. Someone needs to be my rage bait controller to send me a message on Discord that oi oi oi, yeah, rage baited, buddy, chill. Strawbacks, thank you for the 200 TDs. Thank you, man. Thank you, I appreciate that. All right, let's play a game for shits and giggles, and then hopefully something will pop that we can have a look at together. Although my brother-in-law is on his way here to give me a lift with, give me a hand with, what the fuck, reconnected? I will need, what? The fuck is this reconnected for? I have never disconnected, bruv. Anyway, so I will need to duck for a second. I will give you something to think about or work on. Of course, I would much rather look at your games than my own, so if you have got anything to analyze, let me know. Dirty Red in the house. Welcome in, brother. We have got your kind in abundance here, so it's appreciated. The crew is growing. Wow, I don't remember the last time I had to wait this long for a game. And Colombian friend. Solano, what? That's a GM, hello? Gabriel Flom. Okay. Okie dokie, here we go, ladies. Here we go. What do I do against this shit? I forgot. This is some kind of theory which I looked at once about 40,000 years ago. Never since. And so I'm really, really scared that I'm doing something stupid here. But then again, that would not deviate from... Oh! Asmo in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got some celebrities present. Wait, isn't this just tuck tuck knight b3, or would they are gonna sack that pawn and that's not so good? Why is just so hard, man? Like, it was not meant to be this way. After bishop g5, what do we do? Hello, hello, lovely lady. Oh, did you shout out yourself? That's awesome. That is the way I like it. I love it when people take the initiative in my house and they just go, yeah, no worries, I can shout out myself. That's all good. No, you didn't. Oh, Parker, are you playing in the Washington tournament as well? Where Tingo is playing right now? Nova guy? The best mod did it. So that wasn't you then. That was Tindy. That was Tindy. Okay. Well, this check would be so nice if I already captured it, but if I take it, then it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Probably you don't know what I mean. Okay, I don't know why, but I'm sitting on this position for years instead of just playing chess moves. I'm guessing he's gonna go h4. Surely it's h4, right? No? I don't know why, but I feel like I need to give this check and then come back here. I wanted to get the bishop off of this diagonal so that there is never captures on h6 that would concern me. And now I'm gonna get ready for some exchange Saccharinos here, I reckon. Oh, he goes, no, you're not sacking exchange. Shit. This guy is not nice. That may have been a dumb move, but again, that comes with me streaming. Oh, that's cool, Parker. That's very cool. Do I have knight h5 or am I gonna get absolutely shreked? Maybe then I can take on... Oh, no, I cannot. Hey. This king h8 to move here. I don't know. I'm reluctant that this goes back, right? I'm playing so slowly, man. I was worried about rook e1. Somehow I feel like this trade is not that bad though. Can I take this twice? I think I can, right? Although this self-pin might have been... Okay, let's take this guy. Let's try to hunt a bishop. Bishop c4 is coming for sure. No. Okay, let's try to hunt a rook then. Let's go. Let's go. Far out. Isn't it tragic that I just managed to draw this game and I'm gonna lose on time? Maybe I didn't draw it. Rook e7. Yeah, I definitely didn't draw it. It makes no sense to play that. That was dumb as dog shit. Yeah, that was a terrible move. I could have played now rook here if I hadn't checked. Alright, I got to bounce, guys, because my brother-in-law is here and I need to help. He needs to help me to lift some shit. Okay, I'm going to give you something very, very difficult to solve, but since Tony Roy is in the house, he's going to guide the solution, the solving process. White to move and win. I will be back in about a minute and a half. Be right back. Oh, just one more sec. Please tell me that you didn't ask him to explain to you the meaning of the word complacent. Oh my god. BS, you never knew it then. Alright, here we go, ladies. I'm back. Has anyone disconnected? No. Oh, I'm not getting love, am I? Oh, Tony, you're on the money. Well done, well done. And yes, I am filthy for this one. But I wanted to give you something a little bit more complex because I didn't know how long it would take to put the furniture back where it went. So yeah, the idea is check and then take. And there comes a bit of a chases. Check, check, check. And you eat the pawn. Right? Have we got this so far? And now the rook comes down, seemingly happy to be able to catch the pawn and force a draw. Not today, ladies. This is the key move. What it does is that it threatens to block off the b file from the rook. So now if I go behind to stop the promotion, I actually end up not stopping it. And wins. And of course the point of hanging the bishop here is that... well, sorry, I didn't make the obvious claim. So if promotion to queen, then I have got check, check, and check down the queen, right? So now after bishop g8, if they take, then I promote with check. That is the key. Sorry, I didn't explain the most important part. Type a 1 in the chat if you go like, no freaking way I would have solved it, but I understand how the solution works and therefore this rocks. Oh, that's even better if you think you would have found it. That's one step up. No, I just wanted to eliminate the possibility of way too hard, not even to solve, but to get the gist of how it works. Get out of town, coach, we hate you. That sounded like a sub. A YouTube sub. Oh no, it's Guy. Heartbreakers. We like heartbreakers. But before I go to that, let me just very quickly do a self-flagellation. By looking at this Nimzo that I just played and lost to this Colombian GM. I didn't think I played particularly badly. I thought I played very slowly, of all things. So I just want to have a very quick look if I did anything untoward in the opening. No, this is actually perfect play by me. This is still theory and perfect play. Oh! So apparently I did mean to take this, or need to take this. So I knew that there are some lines in the Nimzo where white sacks his pawn in order to open up this diagonal for the bishop. Oh my god. Wow. So guys, we're learning a motif here together that I never knew existed. So first of all, knight b3 and then taking d4 is very good for black. Because after queen b2 we have e5. But I anticipated queen f2 to vacate the square for the bishop. But apparently after knight c6, bishop b2, e5, there's nothing here. Like you just bolster the e5 pawn with d6, your upper pawn, get out, game over. Yeah, But this is not the cool part. The cool part is the motive that I never knew was a thing. Is this. Far out. Ay, 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 ay. Now this is not something that I've seen before. I mean, I understand it, right? The point is this. And now the bishop can't move on account of check. Yeah, this was new to me as well. There's no real difference where I go, by the way. Yeah, I was wondering, Tony, if you were immediately clicking with it, and I'm like, this I've never seen. But it's not quite over yet. So after e5, I have to go back to g8. And now, apparently, white can sack the exchange, and it's equalish. With rook d1. Queen c3, knight g5, mind-boggling complications. But I'm almost thinking that I would prefer to play this with white. Yeah, I'm same, man. As I'm beginning to dislike it, the engine evil is beginning to tip toward black. You got to love that shit. I'm like, this is not looking good, and the engine slightly tries to go like, yeah, black is good because of you just hide here. But yeah, I still don't know where I sit with this. I actually like a lot more the just grab the pawn and freaking celebrate W. Having said that, there also is a trick here for white that I forgot to take into account, which is e5. And here you can get bruised big time because taking a1 is not even a move. ef and... Oh, is it though? Far out, man. Chess is too hard. I don't know. Take. Like here I would think that queen b2 is just winning for white. And apparently it's not. But I still don't understand why. Oh, I'm gonna have some time with rook c8 here. I mean, far out, bro. Who can calculate this at the beginning of the check to come to a correct evaluation? With complex play. It's like, whatever. You calculate 14 moves ahead to come to the conclusion that you have no idea what's going on. Chess is hard, man. Chess is hard. So I played d6, e5, take. Take was a mistake, apparently. Knight d7 immediately is better. Marginally. And now we are in trouble according to the machine. Still, I'm playing best moves. Rook d8 was best, f5 was best. Best. And now it's level. I knew that I equalized here. This was the wrong take, though. Apparently, bishop takes is the correct take. Rook d1 best. And I think that the cock-up was when I gave that check. I really regret that I did that. No, this is bad. Apparently f5 was the move here. Yeah, I'm dead here after rook d7 apparently. Yeah, this was dumb as hell. So c4 would have still allowed me some play with... depending on where the bishop goes, I can come in here and pick off this. There is still a glimmer of hope. But overall, my opponent played a better chess in this game, so well-deserved victory there. Quick check. 88 on his end only, so it wasn't even a particularly... And I was on 83. So Nova Chess guy outscored me in his game. Okay, let's go to Mr. Guy. Mr. Guy, where are ya? Oh, you sent me a massage. Wait, you sent me 2 massages. Massage 1, massage 2, also known as message. Okay, so massage 1, we are in the white trunks, battling it against Lugansk 57. I wonder what 57 might be a secret reference to, but maybe it's just his birth year. Whoa, knight f3? Really? I thought knight b3 may be a touch better to cancel out bishop c5. Okay. Okay, this is legal though. Queen e2? Really? Now that is not a move I would have played. So my candidate moves list here would be surprisingly broad. Bishop g5 would be on the list. A bishop move would be on the list. But I'm even eyeing with knight b5. I don't know, I'm always obsessed with this idea of playing bishop e3 here. Am I cray-cray? Or this is a thing? Rati, that is part of it. That's the part that Kramnik doesn't seem to understand either, by the way, so I'm happy to explain it to you. That your accuracy rating is hugely impacted by the level of your opponent's play. So your chances of scoring very highly is greater if your opponent plays dog shit moves, because then, pure mathematically speaking, the number of great moves you can play against dog shit is very, very high. Yeah, I would have liked Mr. Guy to go for this. Because it appears to me that now I have to take, I don't even have to take this, I can just go for the rook c. Maybe. This would have been a very, very exciting way to play. Bishop g5 was also on. Queen e2 to me feels a bit weird. Yeah, okay, I get what you're trying to do. But now bishop b4 is gonna sting because your queen is, again, slightly misplaced. Oh, fuck. Actually, wait, I take it back. Bishop g4 is fine too. Yep, yep. Best move for black, chat. Can we guess? It's actually not a difficult move at all. There are a fair number of very solid candidate moves here available. Positionally speaking, I would play g5 here. But that's not the best move here. d5 ever so slightly hangs c5 bishop, Mr. Martinez, so I wouldn't go there. Yeah, it's knight d4. Well spotted, Willie the Kid. Well spotted. We're trying to force white to give up the dark squared bishop, after which the dark squared control is off the charts for black. So this is a bit of a nightmare for white when you have a diagonal control like this and there is an added extra source of love coming from the knight via f4. Yeah, this would have been very neat for black. They took, which I very strongly disapprove of, because now with the pawn take possible, we cancel out 2 of our greatest weaknesses. Ah! Yaki, Mr. Guy, why with the queen? I know why you took it with the queen, because you wanted to open up your bishop. But here the positional considerations were far more important than the dynamic ones. The fact that this bishop can't move next move is not going to hurt you. The fact that they cannot ever set foot on either of these squares with the knight, however, is vital. Absolutely vital. It changes the landscape entirely. Black will have to come up with totally new plans, new ideas. You take with the queen, and all I need to do is come up here. Well, I need to watch knight d5, but you get the gist. So ultimately, black is going to stick a knight in on e5, another one on f4, and we are in utter misery for the rest of our lives. At least in that game. Oh, actually played. Cool. Cool. Yep. That's why they shouldn't have gone so soon. Mm-hmm. What? Actually, that was forced because of a7 hanging. Okay. Yep. Ooh, boy. So this I thought was going to be king b7. c5? Okay, let me see this. So check king b7. I don't think queen b3 check is playable yet. Although... yeah, no. So knight check king here. Knight a5 check. King c8, and then I put myself on the light squares and it looks sexy. Right? And this is hanging too. What the fuck am I talking about? Wait, what? We lost this game. No, there's no... what? I struggle to understand the theory of square weaknesses by color. I struggle to understand what you do not understand, Reity Freddy. Isn't it glaring obvious that this is an outpost? And this one too? And as a result of that, the neighboring dark squares as well. And since I don't have a dark squared bishop, we can make this generic observation that the dark squares, by far and large, from white's perspective, are chronically weak. I don't think that I said anything in that last 30 seconds that are not plain obvious to you. But I'm going to put it in an even more obvious context for you so that we have got a better understanding of this, yeah? So let's check this out. Do you see how this is an outpost, this is an outpost? My queen can go down to h6 and mate you. This, again, is a textbook example. 1-3 Matty! Of an entire color complex being chronically weak. This usually is a result of pawns being put on the same color, which creates this gap effect in between them. That in itself usually is insufficient for the entire color complex to be weak. Additionally to that, usually we need the bishop that is supposed to cover those squares, the dark ones in this case, missing. And we also need our pawns to be placed in a way that they control some of those squares. You are welcome. Okay, back to Mr. Guy. So we won the game, and then we didn't. I think you are tunnel visioning here. Mr. Cody. And your tunnel visioning is called I want to checkmate at all cost. I don't really think that you have got a realistic chance to pull this off. And on the flip side of things, you can just go check, hit, and mow down the board. I really like the idea that you want to mate, but I don't think it's feasible. At this point, I feel like we hit a wall. And unlike in most cases in your games, there's an extreme discrepancy here in time. So you should have spent a little bit more time here to figure out what was your best way to convert and to make it a problem-free conversion. Okay, so we came home. This looks still perfectly fine. Opponent misses the opportunity to win this pawn. Yep. I feel like we are hanging a lot of stuff now. Yeah, this is Danya Naroditsky's one move itis a little bit. Because after, let's say, g6, we have forced out a useful move out of black and we are hanging this pawn. I'm thinking, isn't queen e3 available with the idea of f4 to break this bind? Maybe there is g5. Yeah, this is surprisingly not easy to convert. I have to say that this is surprisingly difficult to convert. I think that overall, this plan, as much as I love the fact that you're trying to finish off with mate, was ill-conceived, and you simply needed to go for mowing the board down. Just absolutely freaking take everything. But it's with a heavy heart that I recommend you to do that. I also don't understand King D2. You are seemingly walking into trouble here. You may have thought that you had Queen E3 here, but you don't because you're losing a rook here. Oh, fuck. That's how the game went. Oh, and you lose your Queen too, by the way. Oh, shit. Man, I mean... Look, I hate to tell you this, but with 6 minutes on the clock, it's unacceptable on your level. To walk into a dual fork. Like, you lost every piece you had in one move. You lose queen, you lose rook. On your level of chess, that's... yeah, no good. That being said, I do think that you had your work carved out for you here. Because it's not easy. And back is not even necessarily forced. I feel like this may actually activate the rock. Maybe they just hold and play annoying moves like g5. I don't know. Then maybe queen e3. I don't know. But queen e3, bro. Yeah. That was not pretty. Yeah, I reckon that the biggest takeaway of this game is that you really... Well, first of all, the biggest takeaway is that this was absolutely a no-brainer to take back with the pawn. And by the way, this is a decision that you should have thought about a lot more. And, yeah, more time spent. In general, you play this game way too fast for my liking. But lately, we have discussed that you were playing too slowly. So we are trying to find the sweet spot. And that's fine. And yeah, look, just freaking take it all, man. Check, go back, whatever. Take, whatever. Just take them all. Just freaking take them all. Alright, let's move on. Well, obviously the reason behind king d2 was because he anticipated the queen trade and he wanted to step up with the king to protect the pawn on f3. Generally speaking, the worst blunders are always justified with some very logical explanation. A faulty one, but logical nonetheless. Okay. Oh, no, that was the one that we just looked at. Chess Noob, how are you going, man? You are here to improve. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Open your eyes, open your ears, open your heart. And you are going to be golden, my good friend. Mr. Guy, what the fridge happened here? Is this a mouse slip? What the fridge is D4? Mouse slip. Well, I recommend you do not submit mouse slip games. Yeah, 94 is our theory as per in my course. Chester, please type exclamation mark analysis. Okay, so mouse slip. We're playing the mouse slip gambit. You forgot theory. But brother, this is where it starts. That's unacceptable. But also, if you forget theory, isn't this by far the most logical move to play on the planet? Okay, so I need to tell you something, Mr. Guy, about you being out of book here. First of all, that's not really a way to be when you play d5 knowing that that's theory, but you don't know what to do against fe rather, excuse me. That's no bueno. Number two, I tell my students that every single chess game, and I'm talking over the board, long time control. As soon as you are out of book, 5 minutes. 5 minutes at the absolute least is what you must spend on your next move. And I don't care if you figured it out in 10 seconds, 5-minute rule. Right? You just settle the farm, calm the farm, cool the jets, and you familiarize yourself with what is now unknown to you. F5, Mr. Martinez. You should get my E4, E5 course. Yeah, Levy was popularizing the hell out of this, and it really is a bad line. Like, black is better after F5, period. But my point, Mr. Guy, is that as you drop the time control, you need to adjust the 5-minute rule. But you played here D4 in 20 seconds. Like, bro, seriously, when you can take a central pawn with a knight. What? That level of thinking is acceptable only in one context. And that is when Sydney Sweeney looks at you on the street and goes like, "Oi, wanna go out for dinner?" If in that case you think for more than 5 seconds, you are a bloody fool and you need to be smacked in the face with a shovel. But this is the reverse. If you are out of theory, you must think. That's absolutely a rule of thumb. Out of book, come the fun. Because you have to figure it out. And that, generally speaking, takes longer than answering Sydney Sweeney's dating request. No, Chess Noob, I absolutely cannot. And I tell you why not. I would love to. And in fact, I used to. But since everyone else is paying, it would be me slapping everyone else in the face if I went like, "Oh, yeah, for you, I'm going to do it for free." But everyone else is like, no. I already told you to type analysis exclamation mark in the chat, and that will give you the deal. Anyway. Anyway, so d4 play, tuck, tuck, tuck. Whoa, didn't we have check here, my friend? Just a bit of an in-between arena. And there is a lot of in-betweens here. Speaking of Sydney Sweeney. Okay, so another in-betweener, another in-betweener, another one. And now you take. And it's still shit, but at least it's playable. How did I read the guy's silent motion as stepmom? I'm definitely into a different genre here. Okay. Now we are getting the same, but with 1 pawn minus. What? Hello, bishop g2. Hello, pawn d3. Oh, pawn d3 is not playable. Sorry, never mind. c3 is hanging. But bishop g2 is. What? No. It's not. I'm not saying, Mr. Howarth, that it's bad. Well, I kind of am saying it's bad. It's playable, right? So the margin on this is like minus 0.3. But like, you should never ever play an opening with white where on move 5, according to the engine, you are worse. And also, bearing in mind that said move also violates just about every single chess principle there is. Right? So I would be very, very reluctant to recommend this at all. I understand that it attracts a lot of people to take, which then leads to some quick development and attack on the yada yada yada. But objectively speaking, f5 and you're up shit creek without the pedals. Look, Levy is a lot smarter than I am in many, many ways, right? One of the ways is that he recommends lines that are easy to learn and guarantee quick and easy victories for noobs. I don't do that. I instead recommend things that are sound against everyone across the board, but harder to learn, and consequently you are losing a lot more games than not. So there you have it. That's the best way to put it. That he, generally speaking, recommends things that are very, very effective on low levels. Yeah, it is still a tricky line. That's right. Like, it's not like you are losing after f5. Yeah, so that's my point. That black still needs to play 15 very good moves to prove that they are ahead. No one plays 15 good moves on 1400 level. So shout out to Levy for being smart. Yeah, this is theory. Take, d4. For two reasons. A, because the pawn is super easily blockaded, therefore it's not an asset. Two, retarded development for white. And three, very, very easy counterplay for black with c5, knight c6, bishop e6, easy queenside castle, yada, yada, yada. What openings are most effective on low level? Well, technically speaking, any, because the games are not decided in the opening. But anything that you can learn quickly and allow you to not lose in it too quickly, such as the London. Note that the question was effective. Anyway, back to the game. So how do we lose exactly this game with an extra piece at least? Extra rook, I stand corrected. I wonder if bishop f3 would have been my choice here in order...
You're the man, coach.
Howdy, Merrick. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Legend. What YouTube video did I betray? I didn't betray it. I said effective. It's effective to win games. I never said it was effective to learn chess. I would have preferred bishop f3 here so that knight f4 doesn't hit me with the tempo. Look, let me add an extra layer to that question. The effective openings on beginner levels are openings that don't teach you to be good players, and they don't support you to grow as a player. They allow you to win. That's my definition of effective. Just to clarify it for Mr. Shirogorov. And watch your language. I'm the only one here that is allowed to swear. So if effective is lots of wins and no losses easily on low level, then, you know, those things are good. Okay, so bishop d5, knight d4. So rook e8, white resigns, yeah? Please tell me you didn't suck in takes and bishop e7 check. Shirogorov, I don't know why you want me to say it, but the more you beg it, the less I'm going to say it, because you are annoying me. That's where this is going. In fact, I might have to time you out, because you clearly lost your marbles. Yeah, so when knight d4 landed, your opponent is telling you, I want you to take so that I can sell you this shit. Oh, Courtney, welcome in. Welcome in. How's it going? Yeah, no, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, once again, how can you suck this in? And the irony is that even now you are winning. But now it's complicated. A little bit. Now again, rook e8 wins. Yeah. What? I thought that I was 100% certain you sucked in this check and then lost some material. Wow. Like, black doesn't... Why doesn't even have threats now? Yeah, this is not my idea of converting an extra rook. Okay, fine. Let's take it. D3, yep. Yep, fine. Fine. I mean, isn't this a little bit of a threat? Yeah, I don't like this A2 capture, because you're setting yourself up to be trapped. It's still totally winnable, but you need to practice caution here, at least a little bit. Yeah, man, this was so sad and naive. Like, you didn't see that c4 hung f7. That's wild. And then after rook f7, we don't see that this is a threat. That's also wild. Yeah, this breaks my heart, man. Here comes the best part, though. We still shouldn't lose this. Fuck. Man. Why are we not going here? And only when the check comes here, that's when you slip out here. Okay, so I think this is very interesting. I think you realized what was up, because at this point, you spent almost all of your time on c5. What's absolutely crazy about this is that if you look at this position and you actually start thinking logically, you are going to have the following train of thoughts. My opponent is threatening rook d7 check. After king c8, no matter where the rook goes, it's gonna be a discovery. What's the fattest thing they can hit? They can take the bishop and they can attack the rook. If they attack the rook, I can slip out on b7 and my rook covers the rook. So I recognize that in fact the only threat they have after rook d7 king here is the capture of the bishop. So now I start looking at squares that secure the bishop. So for example, bishop b6 feels very snug because it covers a lot of other things. What you did instead was that you did not defend the bishop because that's a discovered check. Instead, any bishop move would have done the trick, since after check king c8, there's no good way to cash in on the discovered check. The best you can do is to check me, then check me again and win this. And even that sucks, because I could just take it back, know that the rook is guarded, and I'm up a piece and I'm winning the chess game. Okay, a bit more complications will arise because you lose the bishop too, but now the pawns are deciding the game. But c5 is one of the least relevant moves you could have played in this position. Like, not only did you not defend the bishop, but you managed to undo your king's safety shelter. And we spent 80% of our time on this move, which was at best a pass. That's crazy, City. Yeah, those two hurt. Yeah, those were, you are right. They were heartbreakers, man. They were definite heartbreakers. Far out, dude. The heart and the break is real. Yeah, hey, then I do. Yep. Yeah, I think that it also put you on a massive tilt that your opponent was in positive time. Alright, I'm gonna play another game while we're waiting for Hayden to submit his stuff. Oh, he just has. Okay, I'll cancel this because I received Hayden's game. Can you give me the coordinates, brother, with regards to who is who, ratings, all that jazz? Yeah, I got all of the above, Hayden. Thank you. Except for... Oh, you're white. Okay, let's go. Jesus! Opponent is 2036 and they play this dog shit? That is very interesting. All right, chat. What is the correct response to d5? Which is a pretty no-brainery move, by the way. Mr. Thompson in the house. Welcome, welcome. Knight c6 is a glorious comment, Mr. Quantum. Keep up the good work. So why is it e5 and definitely not e5? Yes, Hayden, that's glorious, my friend. Except, do you ever have this in the advanced French? You just forgot to take into account the fact that you're not turning into an advanced French, because instead of c3 required, we played knight f3, which is inadequate. Also, this is another thing that always throws me off when I analyze people of lower rating ranks, that they are very happily transposing into shit that they know, instead of playing something that is way better for them. Meaning that we actually compromise our advantage by transposing into something that we know, rather than going into something that we don't know, but we know that it's shit. So, yeah, there's no way that you shouldn't have captured this followed by knight c3. Or, yeah, bishop b5 is also... But I think knight c3 is best, objectively speaking. To be fair, Hayden, contesting the center like this with black is also highly unusual. Like, in half of the lines here, you are losing the pawn on d5 in the next 5 moves. No, I disagree, because you misunderstand here the whole concept. So, let me be clear on this, right? So, in the advanced French, it's absolutely imperative that you maintain your chain. That's the starting point, that the chain needs to be intact. Later on, we do things with it, but for the time being, intact. You're not transposing into that at all. What you're doing is that you're allowing the chain to be destroyed before it could be even built. And from the rest of this game, you're constantly going to struggle to keep e5 alive. Okay, let's move on. So your opponent allowed this for whatever reason. Knight a3, okay. I thought that you're playing my high T variation with bishop d3, but apparently not. Okay, all good. No, oh god, g6. Here we go again. I like h4. Okay, Hayden, where do you think your opponent wants to castle? Actually, chat can chime in on this one too. Queenside it is. Now, I didn't ask you what was legally allowed. I asked you what you thought they were going to do. I know that it's legal. Thanks for that. But that's not the question. The question is, where do you think they are going? Queenside, right. So would you agree with me that b3 here is by far the most logical move to throw the spanner in the works? Because now there are two choices that black can make. One, capture, which is wrong on every possible account we know about chess, because it allows our pieces to step up toward the center and then further challenge the center with c4. Or they can try to keep the pawn chain alive by playing p5, which makes queenside castles ever so slightly questionable. And so if you do whatever you did in the game after the insertion of b4, b5, black is constantly struggling to justify their decisions. I don't know, Pranay, what makes you think that there is like an answer to this that I'm gonna tell you and then your life is set? Like either. Got another 35 secs. I don't understand that, but... Oh, you mean I need to finish this quick? Like that's all we have for the game now? Yeah. The only thing... Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't read up there. He got hit by an ad. Okay, I will wait. Hey, then next time pay with subs, not with money, because it's ridiculous that you are giving me money and you get hit by ads. I was saying b3. Since the only legal move to stop it is b5, which completely shits on queenside castles, and then you play the stuff that you played in the game. Now, I also dislike bishop f4, because now f5 is a very annoying motif. It's a very common idea in the French that you can't unpass on it because you just hung your bishop. And now it's very difficult to make headway on the king side. I don't know, you should ask Hayden. Yeah, I understand this move. I support it. What? Hayden, how is a4 a candidate move here, brother? I am so confused about this. Can you please explain to me what you were hoping to accomplish by playing a4? Yeah, I'm dying to hear it. You saw it in a book. Like, what am I supposed to do with that piece of information? I saw queen d3 in a book. Should we play queen d3? But my brother, like, are we putting that kind of thing into context? Because now we are literally the same as, like, in the panel of queen d3 is a brilliant move, so I will play it. Like, what is the objective here that you should be accomplishing just in terms of strategy? I'm going to say it so you don't have to, and you just chime in when you think I'm talking nonsense. Your goal is to open up the queen side to get to the black king. Right. Opening any side of the board, as you know it only too well because you heard it from me 547 times, is the same, like put equal sign, as disappearance of pawns. I use the word disappearance because it can be accomplished two ways: sack or trade. You want pawns to go away on this side of the board. Generally speaking, the best way to do that is to create tension between pawns when the trade is inevitable. No matter what black does next, shit will open up. If they take, I take back, open file. If they don't take, I take, shit will open up. So now the last question that begs to be asked is that how is a4 helping you to open up files, aka make pawns go away. Because if you tell me it doesn't, then now we are shooting ourselves in the leg or foot. As far as I can see, you are forcing your opponent to play knight a5, which stops this pawn and denies b3. As far as I'm concerned, we couldn't have played a worse move than a4 if our plan was to create openings on this side of the board. Right? Because it actually does harm. Like, I don't want to ridicule you, but rook f1 would have made your queenside attack prospect far better than a4 has. Because at least rook f1 doesn't ruin it. Whereas a4, unfortunately, makes it an absolute nightmare to make headway on the queenside. So I don't know how the Botvinnik Capablanca a4 analogy is relevant, but I would like to encourage you to try to keep your thinking first on a very basic common sense level and just go like, what do I want to achieve? And then administer the best move to that goal. Okay, let's move on. a4, knight a5 played. Ouch. Knight a3. Yeah, I would have played a6 and I would have stared at you like, what now, bruv? And I don't think you would have liked that, but knight b3 is somewhat sensible too. I mean, that's a disappearance of pawn, but not the way we wanted it. Yeah, so if you look at the board now, what you are going to observe is that queenside out, we got completely gutted there, center dead closed, and kingside we have got nothing going. Thank you, Tindy, for tuning in, brother. Love always. Take care and look forward to seeing you tomorrow, hopefully. Oh, wow. H5. That's not a move I would have played either. I don't see how Queen e1, Bishop d1 helps you. That's, again, trading your best piece for just a replacement. And black has this, by the way. So, nah, this board has sailed. Now, whatever happens is up to our opponent. Also, Hayden, it kind of tells me, by the way, that you are unfamiliar with one of the biggest main lines of the French, of the same structure. Cheesy greasy, cheers! Where after queen b6, white plays a3 and black plays c4. And in this line, black frequently castles queenside because the b3 break has been denied. This variation often goes like this. Castles, knight a5, knight here, knight e7. Let's say, I don't know, g3, h4, 19. Actually, no, sorry, 19. Takes and bishop a4. And in almost every variation in this line, black castles here. Because it's safe, because you can't break with b3. You play knight d2, they will play knight here, and take. All of this is known to theory. All of it. Right? And that's what makes this reasonably playable for black is the fact, once again, that you can tuck away your king here, and it's very difficult to get to. Now you are playing the same situation, if I can find it. Oh, it's the same tab. Except we are a pawn down. Like, exact same story, which is already playable for black, but we are down a pawn. No, I just made it up, Pranay, but it fits the build. Yeah, we dead lost. Like, we lost on the queen side, lost on the king side, we lost everywhere. But I don't really blame your current play for it because it's a result of the previous poor play. Yeah, I don't think, unless you want this game, the rest of this game is irrelevant. Because by now, so I would say that about here, we can just fold it. Like, you're down 2 pawns for absolutely nothing. So if you want to figure out what's cooking here, you need to rewind the tape and go through everything I said earlier. You blundered h4? I don't understand what would make you think that you have compensation here after c4. Like, I just step out of it. That's it. Like, Hayden, when you are trying to figure out whether you have sufficient compensation in a scenario like this, the first thing you want to ask yourself is, what do I want to do? I want to attack their king. Okay. Do you have more pieces to attack that king than they have defenders? Nope. Is there a world where from this position you will ever have more attackers here than they have defenders? No. Is the king weak? Exposed? Once it goes to b8? No. So when you just go through the basics, which is the non-calculation, but just the generic wisdom, that all comes back with, no, you don't have compensation. No, you don't. So you need to adjust your hopes to first common sense, then calculation. Like, in a way, actually, c4 just makes your loss faster because you lose d4. But again, I wouldn't blame any of the remaining moves at all, because you are not losing because of c4. You're losing because you got into this mess in the first place. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this was just carnage. Yeah, so opening early middle game, Hayden, is what needed a lot of love. So that was no-go. The opening was a great success afterward, until you forgot to play b, or didn't choose to play b3, and instead we came up with this completely inexplicable a4. Oh, that's queen d6. Yeah, that was a tactical blunder, but once again, I would not worry about fixing that part of the game at all. If I were your coach, we wouldn't look beyond a4. Because by now we have made so many major detours from what should have been played. That's what needs fixing. No, if d5 comes, man, you just need to hit it on the head. Like, take it. There is no line here, so to speak. This is not right. And in this line, you did everything right until you forgot to play or didn't play b3. That would be my biggest takeaway from this. That's an oversimplification, Mr. Lincoln, yes. It's a good rule of thumb in most cases. No, all good, brother. Oh, why didn't you send those as well? Wait, who is Treehog again? I keep on forgetting this. This guy keeps on sending me games, but I don't know who he is. Yeah, send me one of the wins, Hayden. I want to celebrate your success as well. I'm guessing you are white in the second one that you sent. Is that correct? Yeah, you're black. Okay. Very good. That's already a very sound opening. Yeah, knight c6. Good. Bishop g4, please. Yeah, good. e6. Good. 97 a6. I think I would have played in 97 most likely because I want to retake with knight. If they take, I go a6. If they take, I take, and now both are hanging. I'm happy. And I'm developing in the meantime. I may miss a bit of chat on YouTube, not a lot. I just responded to you two YouTube comments. Hello, Aiden, by the way. Attacking was e5 was your idea. Yeah, I don't know which move, but I agree with that. Oh, with this. Yeah, but I don't like the fact, Hayden, that you have got a completely undeveloped king side. And we are going on a pawn hunt with a queen. Like, this is your chess lesson that you learn when you're 500, yeah? That completely undeveloped king side. Perhaps it's not the best idea to spend 5 moves with the queen to pick off a pawn. That's a recipe for catastrophe, not for success. E.g., I would have taken this, you take, I take, you take, and I don't know, maybe knight c3. Or even, yeah, I wouldn't play pawn c3 here. But this is not what the doctors prescribe. Just on a principled level. I'm also unsure how you want to respond to d4. What? You want to take this? I don't think so. No, I think you should consider that here. But after c3 you can't do that because d4 wins the game. So you play. This is actually good because that is an important tempo. I like black here. I like black here. I still wouldn't play queen c7. Not in a million years, but that line is quite decent. Maybe just d4. Maybe just d4, yeah. Yeah. My money 100% every day of the week is 97. Elusiveness, thanks for the sub. Rook a4. Okay, that's creative. Yep, yep, yep. Yep. Yeah, this turned out to be very good. This turned out to be very good. The bishop d6 tempo was a crucial factor here. Oh, that looks shit. That too. Okay. I would have liked here to see something like queen here and push, push. And kill, kill. I mean, knight d1 is gross. Yeah. This is very, very clean, man. Like, this is very clean. Ed Boons, welcome in. This is definitely a move I wouldn't have played. But this is also fine. Yep, very good. Very good. Yep, this is a very, very clean game, man. Very clean. Yeah. You have every reason to be happy with this. This is very good. Fuck, yeah. Nah, this is hat off, man. I'm very curious what you scored here. I think it's gonna be close to 90. 95, hello? Let me raise my glass. Let me pour a bit of brandy. A little bit of brandy to celebrate Hayden's glorious victory. Wow, man. Bloody hell. That was spot on, bro. That was very good. That looked like some chess business was done. Nice. Yeah, nice. Very nice. Very nice. I would love to know, by the way, in the meantime, can this guy identify himself, please, in the chat? Tog? Who the heck are you, bro? Are you in YouTube and I'll keep on missing you, or are you some rando? I want to know who this Tog guy is. Wait, I have 5,000 tabs open. Aiden TT, thank you, thank you. How are you going? That is somewhat unusual. Wait, castles, bishop e5, knight c6. The fuck is theory here? Hey, do I have g4 here? Check, bishop f2 wins. Knight d, bishop d, queen d, queen d. Check is annoying though. You know what? Screw it. Let's do this. Trio Grodin YouTube. Okay. I need to find out who this guy is. I could review you, brother, but I don't think that you have done your due diligence, did you? Can I come back and kick it with g3? I think I can. I need to look up this knight c6, knight h5 thing after the game. This is definitely not right. But I'm struggling. h4, h5, g4, take h5. Do we want to set the board on fire, chat? Of course we do. Of course we do. Oh, a6, okay. b5 obvious, yeah. And we just don't care about that, do we? Actually, let me... How do we want to do this? Let's go here first. And now let's go here, because I feel like something is cooking on this diagonal. Okay, I missed that idea. Not gonna lie. Oh, did I just suck in this? Shit. Because then after f4 there's knight d3 check. Fuck. Yeah. I'm not playing this well at all. Yeah, no pro bono, brother. Those times are gone ever since people started being very generous to me. I'm a bit worried about this pin. That's my main concern. This has a bit of an appeal too. Queen f6. I could take if it weren't hanging for check. I feel like g3 is a must here. Luring this in and then regret it afterwards. Yeah, luring in happened, but now comes the regret. That doesn't work because they can just take me, so f4 I guess. And queen, no, g7. Okay, let's go then. That's stupid. Oh, I have no time either. Oh, that's glorious. Forgot that this game is played with time. Shit. "30 seconds, usually not the best situation. for wanting to win a chess game. Oh wow, I just hung a rook. Okay, so I need to start thinking in these games. And start playing fast. I love to play g5. This is an idea that I really, really enjoy. And very often I get rolled in this topic. In this position rather. But very often I get fun positions. The idea is to secure the knight on e5. LEAJ, yes, of course it does. Yeah, yeah. You can do all kinds of tricks with the mats there. Wow. What the hell is that? Can I go b5 now? Or should I go bishop e7? Maybe just play it safe first. Because h4 is coming. Maybe bishop f8 wasn't that smart after all. I don't know. Okay. Wait, so b5, knight b, a b, knight b. Let's say queen c6, knight e, bishop d, rook f6. But that's dog shit. I don't believe in that for a second. I don't know. What openings do you play x slash if this looks passive to you? And by the way, I'm not meaning to suggest that I'm not going to get rolled here because I might. I invited this trick with queen takes and then knight jumps. But maybe I can just dodge it with rook b8 first. Yeah, okay. So now we go, I guess, here. And then rook c8, queen a5. I don't know. I don't see what he's trying to do or what he's threatening with. Ah, that one. Not the end of the world by looks of things. Always play king d7. Isn't that a Ben Feingold rule? Always play king d7. Oh fuck, I'm hanging g5. What the hell? Okay, that was not part of any plans by me. Yeah. I messed this one up royally. So g5 is now quite a concerning threat. Fuck. Man, don't I hate when I play dumb crap. I guess we're going to park this king on b8. Oh, I missed f4 too because now I can't go in because I'm blocking my own file. Fuck, the talent is real, man. Yeah, I'm completely busted here. I can't believe I blundered my pawn there. Nah, I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. Apologies, chat, for playing dog shit. Oh, we got a raid. Profiteer Gaming. Thank you, thank you. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh, shit. Wait, isn't he blundering this? Or am I high? Hello? What? Actually, I didn't see that check, which is kind of lame, but I'm good with queen trade. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but apparently I'm not the worst I am today on this. Okay, I got 3 messages. What the hell? So, Aiden, have you paid? Have you done the subs? Or did I miss the? Oh, yeah. I don't think that you're following, brother. Here the drill. The Royce. Okay, let me see Royce. Royce. Are you Royce in YouTube or Twitch? Cheers, Lincoln. Have a good one. I don't think Royce understands the rules either. Ah, thank you. Hi on Lassie. Okay, I'm so confused. People keep on sending me games for analysis without sending goods. Okay, I will play one more then until something shows up. Unless I have missed payments, but I don't think I have. Oh, look, to be fair, Queen A5 was a bit of whatever. Like, he was losing an endgame anyway, so he would have... I don't know. I don't know. Like, blundering in a dead loss position should never feel anywhere near as bad as blundering in a winning position. Like, that sucks a lot more, trust me. Like, blundering when you are down anyway, who cares? I played this guy the other day. I was meaning to cancel my move. And I was meaning to drop my knight on d6 and it didn't. Oh, that was masterful. 2700 I am for a reason. He is 2700 for a reason. He knows how to cancel an unwanted move. Doesn't he? Wait, what the frick? Oh, there we go, LAJ. There we go, baby. Thank you, thank you. Alright, I will go back to your game in a moment. Wait, is it a dog shit move because of bishop b4 and then twice take? I don't know. Could be a problem. Maybe I have some queen f3 ideas. But he's thinking and I'm not, which is always glorious. So let's go here. And if g6, I'll pull back here, and that defends this while hits that, right? This has to be good enough for something. Do we go h4, boys, girls? Or do we go straight back? Or none of the above and we just castle like proper chickens? Fuck it, let's bet chicken. I want to be out of this pin because I want to go 94. Ooh. Okay, well, I guess it's game on. I guess it's game on. Does he have an eye jump that I need to be concerned about? I don't think so. Fuck it, let's go. But now I regret that I have castled. Maybe I shouldn't have. He's gonna go queen b6. And then shit gets real very, very soon after. Oh, rook b8, okay. The shit gets real part is still on. Okay, time to think. Wait, isn't it game over after takes? Hello? What? I just won the chess game, no? What's GM doing? Isn't this hanging with like everything I own? Like 96? Queen e6 looks very good too. Fuck it, I hate it when I have to think. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, so queen e6, queen here. Queen back, queen e7. Looks messy. I think this is just good enough. Maybe we need to throw this in just for extra love. Don't see anything untoward about it. Queen f7 is likely to follow, or h5. Yeah, now we take this. And I take this too. Like, we can't poke a stick at a part of the chessboard where we're not winning, right? Okay, that was not optimal that I blundered that pawn. So that is a part of the board where you can poke a stick at where things are shit. Oh, there's check. Awesome! Nothing like blundering, but not. That's by the way, a good way to determine when you need to log off. When you blunder shit, but it somehow works. It's called Welcome to Fluke City, and you don't want to stay there for too long. Oh shit, I need to remind myself though that I can't log off just yet because I owe an analysis to this guy. I blundered that too, by the way, that I can't take the knight because of check. Queen d5. Am I getting fucked a bit here? No, I'm gonna analyze Tingo's game, LEAJ, and then I'm gonna be heading off. I have been streaming for a fair while now, and I reckon it's time to call it a day. .96. Oh, knight is hanging. So knight d5 then? Oh, he's trying to be cute. I dig that. Be cute. But now both of your knights are hanging, Brad. Bud. Yeah, I think he overcooked the cute there. So what if I just go here, buddy? Isn't... Oh? GG! 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 Booyah! That's a Matutski to remember, ladies. Booyah. I can't tell him that I have to go. I'm very sorry, but I have a business to attend. The mate was neat, but I feel like we missed something. Like that attack was a bit dodgy. That attack was a bit dodgy, I think. Ah, we scored an 88. And I only started making mistakes in the end, so maybe it wasn't that bad after all. Okay, so Queen H5 was not great according to the machine that knows nothing about chess. Castles was the way to go. Ah, because after take, Queen F3 wins the piece. Oh, man, I'm a potato. I'm a potato. Fucking hell. Okay, that was moronic. The engine likes the immediate coming around with mate, which is what I ended up doing. And yeah, this was just a plain blunder. Like, he just completely missed this. And from here on out, I believe it's completely winning for white. Until I started going down to... best move, blunders knight d4. Yeah, king h2 was the move here. King h1 was stupid, but that was also bad. And the rest was decently clean in the time scramble. Okay. Oh, the best wife on the planet. Love you, doll. What was that noise, by the way?
Where?
I just heard that you dropped something.
Oh no, it wasn't me.
The best banh mi in the entire city, and I'm ravenously hungry. Fuck me. Oh my god, she is the best. Usually I do one like one game is included in that price, but sometimes depending on how much value I can provide for your money, I request a second game. Because I'm a giver. Wait, what the fuck happened here? Bro, I don't have access to your game collection. You need to send me the PGN. Ali AJ. By the way, are you actually from Lebanon or you just picked that as a country flag? Wow. Okay. Do you know Will Attia and his daughters?
Do you need any water? Oh no, you don't have water. You have your drinks?
Yeah. What did you ask?
Did you find the microwave?
Bro, I thought you were looking.
I wasn't.
No, I was busy.
I see. Do you wanna go? Harvey Norman? Do you wanna go to Harvey Norman? Later. They close at 4.
They close at 4.
Yeah, because it's Sunday today.
I would rather go to tennis at 5:30.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We can just go.
Okay, I will see. Yeah, Mr. Royce, I will call it a day. Oh shit, that's a big game. Alright, are we black or white? Black. Okay, let's go. H3 looks terrible. I would be very inclined to go G5 him and just freaking kill. And send it. And then maybe A6 or Bishop E6. Please excuse the fact that I'm eating, but I would not have been able to survive this without food. I don't think it doesn't like it. It doesn't dislike it either. I just find what you are doing slow. And also, I really like the idea of G5 and screwing them up on the king side. And that, to me, means that likely we are going to go this way with the king. So I wouldn't want to spend moves on hunting this bishop and removing pieces on the king side. No way, man. Absolutely no way. Once they castled, it's like freaking, they just went like, shoot me here. Freaking 100%. Let's go, baby. Bishop, knight, he tempo on the bishop. Hello? What? Dude. Like, he just asked you to punch him in the face as hard as you can in a boxing match. And you went like, that's not how you do it. That was cardinal sin to not to play G5 here. No, too slow. No, the problem, my friend, is that what you are trying to do is objectively sound and correct, but you disregard the tempo of the game, the dynamic features. In chess, there are things that are good to do in a certain point, and as you keep on delaying it, they devalue over time. It was absolutely unimportant to castle here, and it was also completely unimportant to develop the bishop, partly because very often we are going to play G4, and when they take, you immediately develop the bishop to G4. As such, putting the bishop on E6 half of the time is a total waste of a move. Castling doesn't secure your king more so than it is already secured on E8. That is also unnecessary for the time being. Yeah. You are dilly-dallying around in a position where you were begged to knock your opponent out. Well, it's funny you say that, because you made it possible. D4 now hurts like hell. You play here G5, you play here knight H4, I don't even know what they do, man. King here, g4. I don't see d4 coming anytime soon. And if it does, you just pull back. You are absolutely shredding through them. This is the aggressive chess you need to play. Here too, g5 back, knight h5 was absolutely mandatory. Mandatory. Go, go, go. It's way too timid here. And now d4 would have hurt. Knight h5 now is less effective because this is not winning a piece. I would have preferred here g4. Rip into them. Rip into them. Maybe you can tell I was somewhat hungry. Again, I would like to highlight that you don't seem to sense the rhythm of the game. White is floating d4. Yeah, knight f4, yeah. So, white threatening d4. Which move out of these two is stopping that effectively? Exactly. I'm nearly done. Maybe. I would have played it queen g5. Yeah. This is good. Fuck. Yeah. This is inexcusable. Take here. Okay, why are we not playing a queen g3, bro? Like, FE, in my opinion, activates 2 white pieces in one move. Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense to me. When you can trade queens being up in exchange. Hello? Like, what are you doing, man? And I don't understand the comment seeing ghosts either, because currently, no threats. After F3 Queen E, constant mate in 1. You were worried about Queen D1. Are you listening to yourself? You're worried about the queen going back there, but you're not worried about getting checkmated. You got to be kidding me, man. Like, you did not mean to say that, did you? You're worried about Queen D1. It's like I'm worried about winning the jackpot on the lotto. What's gonna happen? Man, what? Like, how could you ever be worried about this? Shit, Sydney Sweeney just broke into my bedroom butt naked. I'm worried, man. I'm very worried. Oh my god, my life is gonna end now. That's the worst. No, no, no. Hey, the taxman is knocking on your door. Oh, that's fine. I love the guy. I love the taxman. Bring the taxman every day. What the fridge, man? Like, this doesn't make sense in any world. And by the way, after F3, it's kaput. I was going to tell you something about your chess before this happened. And this just underlines it infinitely, man. I can already tell you from this half a game everything about what kind of a chess player you are. And I challenge you to tell me if I'm wrong or right, but I know I'm right. You have got very, very good understanding of basic principles and positional concepts. However, your sense for dynamic play is really poor in comparison. You are extremely reluctant to calculate deep variations if the position is messy and the calculation is the only way to make headway. You always want to have the perfect position where everything is safe and tightly secured, and then I'm ready to hurt the opponent. As soon as you have to make a compromise in order to make headway, you are out of your comfort zone 100%. And you can never, ever, ever be a successful chess player if you are not willing to enter positions where not everything is perfect. In chess, in fact, 99% of the times, things are never perfect. You are trying to play this game like those... What is the opposite of RTS, the not real-time strategy? Where you get to build up your army to perfection, nothing is happening, and when you are ready, you get to combat the enemy army. I don't know what those games are called. As opposed to real-time, where they can hit you anytime with anything. And therefore, you need to be ready for everything. Like, missing g5 earlier on, and your obsession with the bishops of trading days, but disallowing turn-based strategy. Yeah, but that's not right, actually, because chess is turn-based. But I know what you mean. But there are those games where you have eternal time to build up your shit, and then it becomes a clash between armies. There are those types that I was referring to. Yeah, so basically you are obsessing on positional features and you always want to have your position perfect at all times before you are willing to engage with moves that otherwise screaming obvious. Like, you would have to literally tie my hands down to not play g5. And for you, it's like, well, I'm not developed at this, I'm not castled there, which is a fundamentally sound concept. Like, it's good to rely on these, but you seem to be incapable of breaking away from these in order to seize the moment. And remember, dynamic chess and tactics and calculation always beats the dilly-dally, oh, let's put this here and optimize that, and then I will be good. No, you never are for the perfect moment. That doesn't exist. That exists if you're playing against my grandma. Above a certain level in chess, you can't play moves like this to secure the bishop pair. Fuck that. You have to go for it, man. Like, it's now or never. It's as simple as that. You go, oh, I need to secure the bishop pair. Yep, and now we lost it. That's it. The attack is gone, because now the center will explode before I could hit them. No, the way how Karpov and Capablanca played was that they managed to do the best of both worlds. That's what made them unique. And that's what made them almost impossible to copy, both of them. And why I always tell people who study Capablanca and Karpov games first up, that that's the least productive thing you can do to your chess, because it's not imitable. And the same went for the tactical nuances. Like, your tactics are very, very far lagging behind your other understandings. Such as, like, the rook g5 queen trap is really not a complicated tactic. And we just completely missed the whole thing. And then the queen d1 thing was really the one that took the cake for me. Like, he not to play queen g3 on account of queen d1 is like, I don't even know what language we are talking there. Oh, sorry, it was actually here. And instead you are inviting a constant mate in one thread. And that doesn't seem to bother you. But the queen on d1 does. Like, this to me tells me that if I were your coach and I started training you tomorrow, I would take you back to about square 2. Not quite square 1, because some of your understanding is very good. But your dynamic understanding of chess is really back to front. Like, how could you be afraid of this and not afraid of that is unfathomable to me. Like, one is the most passive move on the board there is, and no one would ever consider playing. The other one literally creates a mate in one thread. And you go like, that's not a problem, that one is. How? That makes absolutely no sense. It doesn't matter if they are title player or not. The truth doesn't impact rating and titles. Well, I don't see how else you could put it. That's my point, Ellie. Like, how did you put it? That the terrifying queen d1 that does nothing versus queen e4, teeny little checkmate, but we can handle that. Like, how else do you see this? Like, it's not like I'm creating here a false narrative. I'm stating the most obvious things that are right there on the board. Oh my god. Yeah, this part of the game is played well, but I mean, you're so damn winning, it doesn't even matter. Yeah, I actually would have played that move too. I don't care about what the engine says. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and check down the rook. No, we won this. We won this. Easy. Yes, Ellie. Dynamic chess and calculation is the only thing that you should be doing. And by the way, this is not an easy fix. I'm telling you now that you have progressed very, very far in chess with your current chess style and understanding. And I wouldn't be surprised if you hit a plateau, or if you already have hit a plateau. And perhaps that's what brought you to me. I don't know. But without wanting to sound ominous, I would expect you to hit a plateau very soon. Because there is only so USCF, he said Lebanese, my friend. So I would say that that's not, if he's actually, I mean, he might not live in Lebanon. Oh, I'm not doubting that, my friend. I'm not doubting that. In fact, I would be surprised if you hadn't. Because, once again, parts of your ideas and the way how you play are fundamentally sound. So you have a very good foundation on one side of chess, which is positional understanding. The problem is that good positional understanding will always lose to good tactical play. And so that's where you need to focus. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it here. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for the attention. Please ensure that you go to YouTube. Ali, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel right now too, where you will find a myriad of videos supporting these theses and the ideas. I hope that you are reasonably safe in Lebanon. By the way, the dude I was talking about is this guy. He has got a chess school in Lebanon. And his daughter is one of the highest rated players in the world in her age category. Her name is Sky. He's on all kinds of chess social media, so yeah, you would find him there. Yeah, well, there you go. I was gonna say that if you are a dude in Lebanon, Lebanon is not that big in terms of chess world, so you would know. Right. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. So I'm gonna ski, but yeah. I will see you tomorrow. So stay tuned. Take care. Love you all. Gone now.